two players in the red group. He's led by Kim Clijsters. Jumped out, won a couple of matches in a row in the first two nights, secured a semifinal berth, won again last night over Mauresmo in 3 sets. And there you can see Dementieva finally, though, with that last set, has won a set.
And again, if Chanda Rubin wins, she's in the semis. If she loses, it is Amélie Mauresmo, the French woman, who advances to the last 4.
And she was within 2 points a couple of different times. Never got to match point when she was up 5-2, 2 breaks.
Rubin 13-5 this year in 3 sets.
Good record.
Very good. Played 4 times this year. Rubin winning in the beginning of the year a couple times. The last 2 times this fall, the win has gone to Dementieva, 2 finals.
Do you think when Rubin had the lead and she got a little tight, it was all about trying to get to the semis, or is it about a little bit about those recent losses to Dementieva, a combination, or
both? Understand as a player what's going on about the pressure and about the tension of trying to serve a match out. You understand that your opponent is flowing more freely, but even that understanding doesn't take the pressure away.
Amazing. You know what's going on. You're out there. You know you have to go for more of your shots, and you still are inhibited because of the pressure, the nerves.
And point Dementieva. First game, 3rd set, apiece.
But the best ones, the best ever ones, they can just deal with that nerve thing just that extra bit better. And perhaps they have a little more talent to do it with.
Thank you for your .com questions. Here's another one. Doesn't seem like the same championship without Monica. What's the update on her?
She's taken a lot of time off. She has a stress fracture in her left foot, I believe. And she's just trying to get in shape and ready for next year.
I agree with James, though. I mean, because last year, remember, we were so excited with the great first-round clash between Sellis and Davenport that Sellis ended up winning, I think, I don't know, 7-5 in the 3rd.
She saved a bunch of match points.
And Sellis, through the years, has played some of the most phenomenal matches in this year-ending championship. And wish that 2004 is going to be a solid comeback year for one of the all-time greats in women's tennis.
Had it not been for some German idiot all those years back with that knife, how greater would she have been in the record books? She was in front of Graf at the time.
I get nauseous just reflecting about that. Sellis won this championship for the first time back in 1990 over Sabatini in 5 sets. That's when it was played 3 out of 5. I think that was the first time, actually, with the 3 out of 5 format. It had gone 5 sets, then beat Navratilova twice in a row. In 4 sets and then in 3 straight sets.
Love 30.
A few years ago, losing to Hingis in an amazing final in the 2 out of 3 format.
Dementieva trying for her 7th straight game here at 15-30, 1 to her, and down 5-2 in the 2nd. 2 breaks.
aggressive, come to the net play. I go back to some of the serve volley points when Rubin was up, and this is coming from me now. Just felt like she was feeling tight, so she didn't quite go for the serves. And the returns were very tough, and I just think in hindsight she would have been better off waiting for an approach to the net that way versus the serve and volley.
Again, remember, she's struggling with herself, struggling to stay aggressive, and if that's what it takes to get you to come in, you have to go with it. That's too good from Dementieva. So many times when you get nervous and you're tight, you just don't want to hit a ground stroke. You don't want to have a long rally, so you want the point to end quickly.
But Rubin blasted that forehand, and then she just stayed where she hit the ball. She didn't follow it in. She didn't go back to the middle, and Dementieva made a good get, flicked the wrist, got it back cross-court nicely, and she got on the offensive.
Break point.
Rubin is just not flowing right now. This whole win streak of games and losing the second set has kind of taken the natural flow right away from Rubin.
Just the opposite for Dementieva.
Break a serve, 2 to Dementieva. 7 straight games for Dementieva. There's so much at stake for Chanda Rubin. Remember, if she wins this match, she gets to the semifinals. And I'm not saying that she's going to win it all, but at the end, there's this pot of gold, $1 million to the winner this week.
By the way, what's Mauresmo doing now? 7 straight games. Now Mauresmo looks to be...
She's going out shopping to buy Dementieva a gift in case she wins.
Yeah, nice gift.
It's not over yet, though. You can never count Rubin out. I know she's lost a lot of games in a row, but we've seen her before get herself together.
Oh, absolutely.
She's one of the best fighters out there. But you have to feel for her right now because she was 2 points away from winning this match.
And now the unforced errors are just kind of tumbling off her racket, and perhaps the tempo was a little quick too. She kind of misses the shot. She goes right to her ready position. And this is where maybe buying yourself a little extra time can help work your way out of this funk. And also, more importantly than that, is kind of just throw out. Dementieva right now has such a rhythm going. She's just in the zone and feeling, again, no pressure except the fact she's made a great comeback and wants to close it out.
Dementieva holds, and now she's got a 3-game-to-love lead. How big a difference. How short Rubin, USA, is serving to Dementieva of Russia. She had 5-2. She served for the second set and the match twice. Now she's down 3 games to love. 15-love here in the third set. While we were away, we were having a discussion among the 3 of us because Mary Jo, first of all, started by saying, we've all been there. It's so hard to explain. It's so hard to put in words the thoughts and the feelings that are going through the mind of someone who has 5-2, a chance to get to a semifinal of a year-ending championship, and then suddenly the wheels fall off and there's nothing seemingly you can do about it.
It just starts to slip away 1 point at a time. Someone who has had trouble recently has been Jennifer Capriati against the top players.
And when Davenport first came back from her knee surgery, Davenport was haunted by losing leads, particularly in finals. And people probably don't remember before Serena Williams went on her streak, but Serena Williams really struggled closing out leads.
And in Ardennes struggled.
Yes.
And this is, in a way, a final for these 2.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's a final for one, Rubin. The pressure of a final, whereas Dementieva, it's something totally different. It's just salvaging a win in a round-robin format to go nowhere.
But if Dementieva were to win this match, when these 2 play next time, she has the big advantage having defeated Rubin the last 3 times it would be. The winners have just added up for Dementieva. The forehand is the weapon, but boy, she hit a lot of winners off that backhand wing.
Hit 12 winners off the backhand, 16 off the forehand. Rubin with 6 and 6. Both sides. Well, saw Rubin fumble a 2-break lead, and Dementieva doesn't yet have the second break of the set. Do we have another twist in this match?
Trying to break a streak of 8 straight for Dementieva.
I think if Rubin comes back, it's going to be because she executes and she wins her points. I don't really feel that Dementieva has any reason to choke.
See, and that's the disadvantage that Rubin finds herself in this match, is because it doesn't mean as much to Dementieva. She's not going to get the same reaction of importance and a little bit of nerves. Now the crowd getting into it.
Trying to help Rubin. That's their reaction to Rubin's first game in 9. 3-1 Dementieva. Dementieva was an outstanding junior player. She won the '96 Orange Bowl. And as a junior, semi-finalist at Roland Garros, won the doubles. And again, Dementieva with 3 titles this year: Amelia Island, Bali, and Shanghai. The latter 2 in September.
Well, the serve really got tentative when she had the lead to close out the match in the second set. The big gun, the forehand didn't work as well. Perhaps made some poor decisions on strategy. And Dementieva, meantime, has been in her best tennis so far, the round robin.
And her weakness, her second serve, has held up nicely. Hasn't lost a point this set on it.
Same number of Russians in this year-end championship as Americans. 2 apiece. Moschina, Dementieva, and Capriati and Rubin. Of course, 2 Belgians and a Japanese player and a French woman.
Dementieva. Chanda Rubin wins the first point of this service game, but she's down 4-1 in the third set after that 5-2 lead in the second. You're watching live coverage of the year-ending championships. It's the WTA Tour's year-ending championships, called the Bank of America WTA Championships. It's Chanda Rubin serving here, trailing in the third. Two groups of four and round-robin matches this week started Wednesday. Rubin, if she wins this match, will get to the semifinals tomorrow. She had 5-2 and she served to the match twice against Dementieva. If she loses, Emily Mauresmo from her group will go through.
And basically, the match last night, Mauresmo took one set off of Kim Clijsters. It was a very important set. Chanda Rubin lost in straight sets to Clijsters.
Slowly slipping away for Rubin. 2 break points now for Dementieva to go up 5-1 in this final set.
About trying to describe what has happened to Chanda Rubin. It's not easy, and it's just, I don't want to say it's sad. This is part of the sporting life, right? You have to deal with it.
It's exactly what our coach, Benny Sims, was worried about before the match. He was concerned that Chanda was not going to be able to deal with the pressure of the occasion. He wanted her to be free out there, to just think about this as any other match, but how hard is that to do?
So do you think if a coach is worried about that he projects that worry to the player a little bit, and the player kind of starts to think about it more? I don't know.
Hopefully not.
I mean, it's just a thought, because as a coach, I mean, you really need to stay very positive and just reinforce the positive stuff. And certainly it's okay for a coach to say that fear to us, but it would be bad to say, express that to your player. You know, don't get, in other words, don't get nervous, don't get tight. Say it that way.
Chanda's always been tough on herself. She's a very hard worker, has worked so hard to get back in the top 10. She's had a fantastic year. 5 finals, 2 wins.
All the while being one of the nicest players on the tour, very even. Match point for Mauresmo. No, wait a second.
It's true. You said it. 3 of them.
Mauresmo goes through if Rubin loses. Match points against her. 5-1. 40 love. Incredible turnaround.
All I can think is what a sad way to play your last match. What has been a very good year for Chanda Rubin. Give Dementieva credit, but again, you got to feel for Rubin.
And now Mauresmo moves into the semifinals, along with Kim Clijsters, who won all her matches. But a tough day at the office for Chanda Rubin.
Mauresmo will take on Justine Ardern in the semifinals. In one semifinal, we've still got to find out how things turn out in the other semifinal. That's not over yet.
And that'll be a great matchup. Talk about all court with a lot of variety.